Anthony Davis is probably the best big LeBron has played with since Kevin Love. And I don't think Kevin Love was even a monster like that when he got to Cleveland because he had to switch his whole game. And the way the NBA has moved, I don't think the AD is gonna have to really do that.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. We've never seen LeBron play with like a big man like this. So
yeah, like a player who can actually play defense, actually wants to play defense, not just because you can't give him the ball on offense, so he has to play defense like Chris Bosh or.
Look how like James Harden and Capella play. Now imagine like AD and LeBron. Live, like all type of shit, bro.
Bro, if it's anything like that.
But times 10, because AD is way better than Capella.
Oh, facts. Did you see? I don't know if you've seen the highlights of Capella in the FIBA basketball games right now. That man, he acted ridiculous. He trying to shoot threes and stuff. Oh, it looks bad. It looks bad.
You need Harden. Harden be setting them up, man.
Oh yeah, he literally sets screens and then jumps up and gets the dunk. Like that's all he has to do. He's getting all his points to do that.
Now imagine AD and LeBron.
And AD got a post game. And AD got handles. And AD got. Yeah, I thought a lot of people would sleep on how good the Lakers is going to be, even with DeMarcus being hurt. So I feel like the next move, now that DeMarcus is hurt, we do need to find a backup big. People are already talking about Dwight Howard coming back to LA. How do you feel about that, man?
No.
Straight up? Nah.
No.
You're not buying it? You're not down for some Dwight Howard?
I don't feel it at all.
I mean, but realistically, what more does he have to do? We don't need him to score.
We don't need him at all.
True, we don't need him, but I mean, that dude is still.
We got some young bulls. I'd rather have Hassan Whiteside than Dwight Howard.
Yeah, but he just got traded to Portland. That team got better too. Nobody's even talking about them. They went out and got Hassan Whiteside to add to the other big they got, Nurkic.
That's it though. They need some more of that, man.
They got Lillard and McCollum.
They need more of that.
And they got they signed somebody else.
They need one more person. Like, I need a big.
They should have signed Melo, to be honest. That would have been lit. Bring Melo to Portland, but Melo's only gonna probably play one more year in the league. Just because, even if it goes well, I don't think he's going to play one more year after this year, just because it's not going to end in the championship.
Politics.
Yeah, they didn't even put him on the USA team, because apparently he actually said he would play, and they said nah. And the USA team just lost another player 2 days ago. Marvin Bagley said, nah, I'm cool. And somebody else, and Lowry. Not even what? 3 years ago, Melo was the best. They crowned him the best, the most decorated Olympic basketball athlete. Yeah. And now they turned around and turned him down and said, nah, don't come. It's sick. I really don't know what Melo did to deserve this. I really feel like Melo, I mean, other than the whole I'm not going to come off the bench thing with OKC, I mean, I thought that's water under the bridge. We got to let that go. You know, OKC, that was a shit show, not going to lie. Like,
yeah, that was stupid.
That whole era of Hoodie Melo was dumb. Like, he shouldn't even went there. Because that was just the Knicks, like, we need to off our team. And OKC was like, well, it's Melo. And now it's turned around and messed up his whole career. Because I feel like they look back to that and say,
as a joke, right?
Yeah, like, this is why we don't want him. Because look at what he did for OKC. But I feel like they just blamed him for everything that happened to OKC. When in reality, PG and Westbrook wasn't going to work. That's not enough anyway. They needed to trade PG a while ago, because that wasn't going to work regardless. Even when PG said, I'm coming back, we got unfinished business, I was like, you want to get out in the next round? like what do you mean? You're not winning a championship with
How
this
you feel
team.
about Westbrook and the Rockets?
That team is going to be solid.
That's crazy.
That team is, I think I've already said, they're probably going to have the most wins in the regular season next year, just because the Rockets know how to win games in the regular season.
And Westbrook.
Yeah, and Westbrook is going to help that. Like,
who's going to have more triple doubles?
Neither. I think they're both going to have way less triple doubles, just because the ball is one ball. Somebody's going to have to score the ball. I think if they both average 20, 25 points per game, around that, because Harden averaged 36 last year. If he can cut that 10 points down and give those 10 points to Westbrook, they'll be super solid. And I think They also signed Ben McLemore. I remember him. He used to be solid.
From the Kings.
Yeah, from the Kings. And then they also signed. Who else did they sign? I don't even remember, but I know the Rockets are gonna be solid. That's a regular season team though. Like but in the playoffs, I don't think they're gonna amount too much. I don't see them winning a championship. If they do, it'd be dope to see. Like I would be against it. Like unless if they're going against the Lakers, like no, they're not winning.
Yeah, the West is pretty stacked. They're like 4 not super teams, but
4 realistic chances at an NBA championship. Yeah, the Lakers can win an NBA championship.
Warriors.
The Warriors could mess around and win a championship. The Rockets could win a championship. The Nuggets are still good. I'd have to look at the list. Like there's a lot of good teams in the NBA right now. I don't think the championship is going east at all though.
I don't think Warriors, Rockets, Clippers.
Clippers. Even though I hate the Clippers, I have to stop hating the Clippers. I might work for them, so I don't hate the Clippers anymore. Look at me saying it. I don't hate the Clippers anymore. It's over. My hate for the Clippers is done. Portland, even though they're not that much better, they did sign Whiteside. They might mess around and be better. I already said the Nuggets. Pelicans, hopefully they make the playoffs.
I don't want them to make the playoffs.
I want to see that team in the playoffs. I'm not going to hold. Let's see what else. The Mavs, they have Porzingis and Kristaps. Or Porzingis and Luka.
Yeah, are they gonna play them?
Kristaps?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's healthy.
Okay.
He's healthy. And he posted a picture recently. Bro's looking a lot bigger.
Alright.
Hopefully he doesn't mess up his jumper, though. That's what happens to a lot of players.
I don't think he's a Euro player, man. They don't lose their jumper.
Low-key, Euro players are notorious for being great shooters.
Yeah, they don't lose their jumper. It's like they don't lose it.
Facts. And he's what, 7'3"? That's another team that I feel like the people really quiet on.
And who else they got? I know they got somebody else.
The Mavs, they got Tim Hardaway Jr., they got Steph Curry's brother, Seth. Yeah, I think that's the only notable signing.
Who does Trae Young play for now?
Trae Young?
Yeah, is he still with Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta's nice. They just got Cam Reddish in the draft, and I think they'll be nice. Let me see. Spurs probably won't make the playoffs this year. I think this is the year they finally don't make the playoffs because it's too stacked in the West. Unless they fight for that 8th seed, I don't see them really making it. And whoever plays them first round, I feel like that's.
They still got DeRozan?
They got DeRozan. They got LaMarcus Aldridge. They almost got Marcus Morris, but then he opted out and went to New York to join all the other power forwards in New York. I don't know why he wouldn't stay with the Spurs. That didn't make sense to me. Realistically, there's no reason he should go there.
He doesn't want to play any boring basketball.
But the Knicks, at least will win with the Spurs. The Knicks probably won't win that much. I mean, you are in the East.
I don't know.
Yeah, like being in the East is like kind of.
Some might happen mid-season. Someone may get traded.
Yeah, like I feel like they just got a lot of trade bait. Like you have a lot of players who might mess around and be.
But
great
Brooklyn
pieces
is shitting on the Knicks right now.
Oh, for sure. Brooklyn has a better team. They had a better team last year. If they sign Melo, I feel like that would be the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
The Knicks are done. As far as they might as well just let them start playing in the Madison Square Garden at that point because they already taken over.
Are they getting in this stadium?
The Nets?
The Knicks.
Oh, the Knicks? No.
Oh, no, the Nets. Someone's getting in this stadium.
I think the Atlanta's getting a new one, and then the Warriors just opened their new one. They got a new one in San Francisco.
I could have sworn I heard they're closing down the Madison Square.
What? No way. I don't think they close that down. I thought that'd be like closing down Staples, but I feel like it's too big for them to do that unless they have like an equally big place. But I feel like so many memories are in there. Even though the Knicks haven't really won anything in so long, and it would be nice to kind of go full rebuild. I don't think they will. I feel like the Clippers are next up to go full rebuild. I think they're gonna scrap the Clipper name, scrap the whole Clippers, and just start all over. I'm not opposed to sending that team to Seattle and saying, hey, here's a team with great players. And it would be kind of funny because Paul George and Kawhi Leonard said they were coming home, even though they're not from LA. And they're not though. Like they're from what, Palmdale and what, SD. That's not really LA like at all. I feel like they messed up because they said they're going home and Westbrook is really from LA.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
I guess they mean it in the context of like they grew up a Laker fan, like because they're from California.
Yeah, but Paul George said he grew up a Clipper fan. Alright. Alright. That's what I said when I said, yeah, alright. You grew up a what? A Clipper? Ain't nobody grew up a Clipper fan. I grew up a Clipper fan because they had free tickets. And,
oh God.
And they would hand out tickets to kids in my school, and we would go for free.
Yep.
And that's
I've been to a Clipper game like that before.
The only time I've been to a Clipper game when I was younger was because it was free.
I seen Steve Nash play the Clippers.
Oh, you went to was it Phoenix or was he on?
It was out here.